Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, misery bots of all ages, back again with another video. This time, I want to talk about Evo numbers, particularly the Evo Japan numbers, and kind of where Mortal Kombat will stand in all of this. You know what I mean? Because, like, outside of Street Fighter 6, these numbers are low. Like, they're really, really low, but that's not to be unexpected. That is not unexpected due to the fact that it is still relatively early. You got a lot of people hopping on the Street Fighter 6 joint like early, but there's still time for a lot of these numbers to rise. But with all things considering and so many people applying to play Street Fighter 6, and not so many people have applied to play some of the other games such as Tekken 8 and Tekken and then Guilty Gear and all that stuff, it leaves me thinking like, where would Mortal Kombat have stood in this pecking order? Like, would Mortal Kombat not even have cracked 100? Now, in terms of Evo Japan, no, Mortal Kombat wouldn't have cracked 100 because if I'm not mistaken, I think Mortal Kombat is banned in Japan due to its violence and grotesquerie. I said that so wrong. Sorry about that. But if I'm not mistaken, like Mortal Kombat is actually banned in Japan, so Mortal Kombat wouldn't have charted at all in terms of Japan. But if Japan is any indication of some of the other Evos, like Evo Europe and obviously North America Evo, the one in Vegas, I mean, these numbers aren't great, and Mortal Kombat can go to like Evo Europe and Evo America and all that stuff. So it just leads me to believe, like, yo, if these numbers are what they are right now, Mortal Kombat would have put up better numbers, would have put up higher entries than these right here. If you look at it, Street Fighter 6 has did 2,575, which is really good, really good, especially this early on. That's really good. But then the next number is Guilty Gear Strive with almost 200. That is over 2,300 difference. Like, that difference is so large in terms of like what's the next second place. And then after that, you got Tekken 8, one of the big threes, like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. It's Tekken, one of the big three. That's not even in second place right now. That's at about almost 150. I'm gonna say almost 150. It's at 148. Then you got Vampire Survivor, Grand at 132, Grand Blue Fantasy at 122, Fatal Fury at 111, and 2XKO at 110. Now, obviously in Japan, Mortal Kombat probably wouldn't chart because again, I think if I'm not mistaken, it is banned in Japan. It's not really that big in Japan, but that's due to a lot of the censorship the Japanese audience does to Mortal Kombat games. But in terms of Europe and in America, like Mortal Kombat is putting up bigger number than these. Mortal Kombat's going to put up bigger number than these. Like, even if you don't even go with like Mortal Kombat 1 would definitely put a bigger number than these, but if they were to go to something that is more widely accepted, like Mortal Kombat 11 or even MKX, both of those are definitely going to put up better numbers than what Evo Japan's putting up in terms of everything else outside of Street Fighter 6. So if this is any indication, now I do expect these numbers to rise, especially like Tekken 8. I expect that to rise. I expect some of these, well, especially Tekken, to crack over 1,000 entries. But a lot of these other ones, I don't expect them to crack 1,000. I'll be surprised if some of them even gets close to 1,000, which just makes it more weird to me that Mortal Kombat wouldn't be at Evo at all, like at all, especially when Mortal Kombat will, whether you go with 1 or even 11 or X, especially if you go with like 11 or X, they're gonna put up higher entries than like half the stuff on that list. Half the stuff of those 12 games on that Evo list. It's going to put up more entries. It's going to put up as good a viewership, if not more viewership, than probably half of the ones on that list as well, too. Because you got to remember, like, although Mortal Kombat is extremely popular and is extremely exciting to watch, Mortal Kombat's also banned in a lot of countries and stuff like that. So, like, obviously, Japan's one of those where, like, people watching Evo wouldn't be able to watch one Mortal Kombat game, whereas they can watch, like, a 2XKO or Fatal Fury City of the Wolves kind of joint. So, even though there's a wider audience in the areas that Mortal Kombat can be viewed in, there are literally certain countries that don't show it at all. So like something like a Fatal Fury City of the Wolves will be able to gain viewership in those cities where Mortal Kombat wouldn't even have access to it. So I get that, but with that, with even with that being said, like Mortal Kombat will still put up numbers equal or greater than a lot of the games that are going to be at Evo, which is just weird to me. So I kind of want to know, do you guys think that Mortal Kombat not being at Evo 2026, is that something more like a WB thing, or is it a FGC thing, or is it just like an Evo thing? Because it really doesn't make any sense to me when you have Mortal Kombat, one of the most popular fighting games in the world, not going to one of the most popular tournaments in the world, when it's going to put up as good of numbers, if not better numbers, than some of the games that are going to actually be there. Is that like an FGC thing? Is that like a bias thing against Mortal Kombat? I don't know. Leave it in the comments below. All I know is these numbers, and these numbers, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. These numbers is telling the story right now. They're really telling the story. Like Street Fighter 6, very popular game. Street Fighter 6 is a very good game. I like Street Fighter 6. I like Street Fighter 6 more than Mortal Kombat 1. I like it almost as much as I like Mortal Kombat 11. And Mortal Kombat 11 is one of my favorite fighting games. So, like, I'm not even surprised why Street Fighter 6 is up there. But, like, Tekken is kind of low. Guilty Gear Strive is kind of low. Some of these other joints are kind of low. Granted, it's still early, so we'll see where it is when it all shakes out. But yeah, just with the numbers I'm seeing here, it's like, yo, why wasn't like Mortal Kombat included? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. I'm curious. Is it a FGC thing, Evo thing, or is it like a WB NetherRealm thing? Later.
To them young boys in the hood with big dreams of being superstars. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't, but you gotta work super hard. To the older man who feels his life is over cause he wasted it standing on corners. One thing I learned about the streets, it's never too late for a come up. I was told before that I couldn't do it. I remember being told by my own peeps not to rap, and singing in my hood wasn't popular, but I got respect for it cause I was a beast. Facts. If you got a dream, you gotta stay committed, you can get it, but you gotta be a beast, you can't slack for a minute. Remember this, if you don't remember nothing else, you gotta be relentless.